thank you for coming back to my channel. You know, I'm making some tags and I thought it might be helpful to kind of see the process because I used a lot of the Heartfelt Creations dies, and so I kind of thought it might be helpful to kind of see a step-by-step. So first of all, these dies are from Country Craft Creations, and the first one that I started with is the album tags and accents. And let me show you what these look like. I'll just take the top off here. So this is what you would get in this die set, and I use the two dies that represent the tags, and they come in a larger size and then a little bit smaller. So that is how I came up with the base of my tag. So I cut, you can't really see that bottom layer too much, but there is a little bit, you can see it at the top better. I did want it to have a little bit of thickness to it. So when I cut out the large tag, I also cut out a piece of white paper because I'm going to use these as tag cards, okay? So instead of giving a birthday card or something, I would just put this tag inside of their gift and I would write on the back. So I might do some stamping on the back also. I did want you to see the difference in the tag sizes, so I did put some chipboard underneath the smaller piece before I adhered it on. So you can see that there's just a little bit of space in between. And then on this one, you'll notice that I did use the corner die. There's two of them, and I used that here. And so that's how I got all my tags started. So I've made 10. There is one also that I've started, and I put, oh, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I had a phone call. On two of the tags, I used this border strip just on the side in between the two layers of the tag, and that is also from this die set. So I haven't done any other decorating on the tags, but I am going to be using some of the ephemera from the collection, and I have some flowers that I made, and so I thought it would be kind of good to see how I went about making these flowers. Now, I have never made these before. So let me show you what I used. Let me move this. So the first one I used is the leafy accents, and I have the shaping mold. I don't have the stamp set that goes with it. I didn't feel like I needed that, but you could buy that, and it gives it more of the veins, you know, like the lines that would be inside of a leaf. Okay, so there's that. This is what my leaves ended up looking like. But look at all that texture when you buy the mold. And I'm going to show you the process. I made an extra set to show you. Now there are two colors on here to kind of give it some contrast. I hope you're seeing that pretty. The lighting is not that great in here. Okay, so there's that. And then the flowers that I made, and there's different sizes, and I put different kind of centers inside. But they really are pretty in person. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this one I did more bending of the leaves backwards. Okay, so for those, it's the small wild rose. I have the die. Now I do have the stamp set, but when I did this set, I stamped it in a pink, a light pink. And so when I inked it, you couldn't really see the pink. So here's an example. I've kind of already started this one to show you the process, but the pink is so light that you don't see the stamp. So I would do it darker next time. And then, so the stamp and the die, and then I do have the mold for that one also. Okay. So let me show you the process for the flowers. Let me get a piece of paper so you can see. So when I first stamped them, I then used the die, and these two, I'm going to walk you through it. These are done, the ones I'm putting on there now. They're done as far as the coloring, the inking. So it started off as white with a pink stamp. So then I used 3 colors, and I just grabbed, I know that the collection I'm using had some pink and some peach, And so that's the two colors that I wanted to focus on in my flowers. So I had this small Dilutions bubblegum pink, and that's what I did for the center. Then I came in with Ranger Archival ink. This is Bright Tangelo, and that's what's next to the center. And then I went around the outside edge with a darker pink called Vibrant Fuchsia. Okay, so I took I have this tool. I don't know where I got it, but it's pretty handy. And I first dipped the end here in this pink, and I just put it in the center. It does not have to be neat. You can even go off a little bit more if you want to. Then I went in and did the orange next. So that's what it looks like after I do the orange. So let me show you. I just got ink on my dauber, and I just went around and added the orangey peach color. Okay, so now these two have the same process done. And it's okay that you have a variation in color. Flowers, that's the way they are in nature too, so it didn't really bother me if I didn't get an even coat. So then I took the dark pink and I just went around the outside edges like so. And what I did next was I did turn it over onto the back and just do like the edges. In case you saw those, I didn't want it to be white. So I just real quick did the edges like so. And you don't have to do that. When you put this on your project, you might not even really see the back that much, but just in case, I wanted there to be a little bit of pink. Okay, so let me do this one. Just around the outside edges. And I usually use pre-made flowers, but I purchased this die and I really wanted to use it, and I love the result. It is a little bit time consuming, but there's a sense of satisfaction when you're done that, hey, I made those flowers. So if you're in a hurry, this is probably not the route to go. But if you have the time and you have the inks and all the materials, really it is a cool flower when you're done. Okay, so then that's the steps for those, and then I'm going to put them in the mold, and I'll show you what they look like after I do that. So then let me show you the leaf next. So I started off by just punching all these out on white. Then I took a light green and did that on the inside. And then I did a darker green on the outside. So you can see it's lighter towards the center and darker on the outside. So the two colors, I had the, oh my gosh, I need my glasses on. What the heck is that called? Dirty Martini. And then I used peeled paint. Okay, so let me change the daubers here to a different color. Okay, so I switched to the greens. So I took the lighter first, put it in my ink, and just went around the insides. Then I took the darker, put my dauber in, and then I just went around the outsides. Okay, so it kind of blends. Now, you spray this with water before you mold them, so it will kind of help spread the ink a little bit and blend it a little bit better. Okay, so let me do the whole thing now and show you with this one. Lighter color on the inside, and you don't have to be nice and neat. And I'm just kind of rubbing that ink in a circular motion. And some you might want to have more light, some you might want more dark. Okay, so there is the light green. I really feel like the lighting is not very good. I hope you can tell. Okay, so now let's go in with the dark. And I just, again, I'm holding it towards the center so I don't rip any leaves off. Okay. Okay. So then what you're going to want to do is put them in the mold. So let me do the leaf first. So the molds look like this, and you take, there's one corner that is easy to lift it up so you can open it. Now I put my leaves in with the color side down. I don't know if it makes a difference, but I liked it so that the leaves were going, the texture was that the leaves were kind of going down and then the raised area was in the center rather than this way. You don't want it like that. So I put this upside down, and you just put them in the, like a puzzle, so that they line up. And okay. And then I took my spray bottle with water and I gave it a light spritz. I'm going to put the lid back on, push it down a little bit. In my Big Shot, I put a plate above it and below it for the sandwich, like so. Look how bad that plate is. And I'm going to run it through. And then I'm going to open it. Oh, that one got a little tangled. That one ripped off. Okay. Then you need to let it dry. But I really like the two-tone of the leaf, the colors. Okay, so then you would do the same thing for the flowers. Now I'm going to tell you, lining up these flowers takes me a little bit because some of them look really pretty much the same, but yet the petals are just a hair different. So I'm going to take this off the lid, and I put these with the color side up. So here's my large one. That one lined up perfect. And this one I might have to do upside down. Nope. Is that the right one? That doesn't look like the right one. See, it takes me, it's like a puzzle. You wouldn't think it would be that hard, but there we go. That one's right there. Then the next size. I told you it takes me a while. Nope. There we go. And that one. then there is another size that's down here. Is that right? This is crazy. I think that's right. I don't know. Even if it's not right, it still comes out looking good. So all right, and then we have the small ones. And line those up. Nope. Okay, so then you do want to spray these lightly also. Put the lid on. Oh, that's the wrong end. I knew it was the wrong end because 3 of them have the little posts to put into the slots, and then there's one that's empty. So the one that's empty and this angled one line up. I'm going to push down, put it in between my 2 plates. All right. Now I do an extra step with these, so you'll see that it's raised in the center, and I'm going to use that rounded stylus and the mat to push those down in the center. Okay, so let me get that. So this is also from the store. This is the mat that I use to push down, and then here's my stylus. It's rounded, and these come into a set of 3 with different sizes. So then I just put, I don't like I want the bigger one. That one is right here. And then I just kind of roll it around in the center so it kind of curls up the leaves a little bit. Did that with all this different sizes. And then we layer them. And I don't know if I did the stamen part, that center part, correctly, but I'm going to show you how I did it. And it was a little time consuming, but I do like it with the look of it when there's something in the center. You could glue a pearl or whatever. All right, so then, where's my little pokey tool thing? There it is. So then I decided which ones I wanted to layer. And I'm going to do a big one, and then I'll do 2 small ones, and then leave one by itself. Okay, so let me do the one that's by itself. Let me get, so this is what I used, and these come with, I think you're supposed to fold them in half, but I couldn't get them through the hole that I'm going to poke, so I cut them in half, and that worked better for me. So let me just snip these. So I have 4 separate orange stamen things. And so then I just took this tool and I found the center, and I moved it down on the, it's a little bit larger now down near the base, so I pushed it down so that it would have a little bit larger hole. And then all of them are going to have that, so that when I layer them I can stick that statement. Now you wouldn't have to do that if you're just going to glue something in the center. And then I push it down to make that hole a little bit larger. And one more. All right, so then starting with the small one, this is the part that took me the most time. I'm going to stick these through the center. And like I said, I had better luck, I need my glasses on, doing them by cutting them in half. It was easier for me to get those. I'm just going to do 3 instead of 4. All right, so that's what it looks like so far. Then I'm going to put these through the next one, and I'm going to be putting some glue on also. These are not even, so let me trim that. Okay, so I'm going to put some of my art glitter glue before I push it all the way down. You see there's a space. I just put some glue. I got to clean out my tip. And I don't have my glasses on, so I can't. There we go. And I just put a little bit of glue around the bottom here. And then when I push this through, I line them up so that the leaves are in between the other leaves or petals, okay? So they like alternate. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it in the next layer. And sometimes I had to use a tweezer to kind of help me get this through the hole. Sometimes, see, there's one that didn't go in. So I took my tweezer, not that one, and I'm just going to pick up the one that didn't go through the hole and stick it down in there. Did it come through? Yes. Okay. So then I'm going to leave a little bit of space, put some glue down at the base of my flower, and when I line them up, I'm going to alternate the petals. So this is where we're at so far. And then finally the largest one. Once again, one of them didn't want to go through the hole. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to leave a little bit of space so I can put glue. And then I alternate those petals. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Now you can also then go through and kind of roll those outer petals so that they curl under. And I'm just using my pokey tool for that. And you can do just the outside layer, you can do the inside layer. It's whatever you like the look of. And I'm doing the outside 2 layers. Okay, so then that's what it looks like when it's done. And I'm going to let that dry off to the side. And then you would do the same thing with these other ones, but you would just layer less and they'd be smaller. Okay. So now my next step is to start decorating my tags. So I'm going to use flowers. I'm going to use leaves. What else do I have? The actual collection, cut out some things. I have some ephemera. I have some fibers. Let me show you. I have fibers like this, but in different colors. I have pearls. I have gold, metal findings. I have wood findings. So now that I just lay things out and start seeing if I like the looks of them. So I'm going to make a couple, and then I'll come back and show you. I'll work through one with you. I'm trying to decide if I want to use texture paste on some of them. So, all right, now I'm going to put you on hold until I get some made. These are the tags that I ended up making with the supplies I was showing you. I did end up going through the flowers and putting some of this Spectrum Noir Sparkle so that when you see them in person, there's a little bit of a shiny, sparkly color to it. So I made all of them instead of doing the process on the video. Once I started, I got into it and kind of forgot that I said I would walk through one with you, but I'm going to show you the different things that I did for each tag. So I used ephemera here. I started with the leaf in the center. I have a wooden heart with one of the flowers. I do have some gem swirls and a butterfly on this one. And I really wish the color would show up better. I'll put in a still picture that shows the color a little bit better. So this one had the corner. I have a pearl spray or a pearl swirl down here. I had a green. Can you tell if that's green? A green doily, smaller leaves, larger flower. I wish you could see that better. So this one has some lace in the center, and it's a green color. You probably can't tell that on the camera. And these are from the store, these flat back clear acrylic pieces. I layered some of the ephemera. I have a large leaf, and then I have two small flowers and a large one in the center. They are way more sparkly in person, just so you know. So this one will be a birthday one. I have a happy birthday flag on the side here. I put some ribbon on the end. This is one of the gold metal pieces I had. It had pearls on it. Ephemera, swirl. I just kind of did a mixture of swirls of flowers and acrylic, flatbacks, some doilies, and I didn't have a plan before I started. I just kind of sat down and laid them out and went with it. This one's really pretty in person. Again, the coloring in my camera is awful, and I don't know why. If I do this, it gets worse. Maybe if I turn off this light. No, that doesn't do anything. Huh. Let me see. Give me just a second here. Where's the brightness? Nope. Maybe that's better. But the flowers are more pink and they don't look... Oh, well, whatever. So this is a peach color. It is an applique that someone gave to me with the leaf in the back. And then this was from the ephemera, and I just kind of shaped it so that it stood up so you could see it better. It says, "Life is sweet with you by my side." I haven't done any stamping on the back. I don't know if I'm going to or not. Now that I have them decorated, probably not. So here's another one. Now I did use on this one, on a couple of them, I don't know if you can see you can see the brick. That was, I just used my ink and my dauber. I had one of those Tim Holtz stencils and just added some of the brick. Okay. This one I had a doily, leaf, flower, happy birthday, corner piece, 3 flat back gold. Those are graphic 45, and I did add some of those. I did do some inking with the stencil. I really want you to see the sparkle from that noir stuff, but all right. So this one I have some little beads that are clear. I don't know if you can see them just here and there. Ephemera, doily. So again, I use the same materials, just kind of spaced them out differently. And I have a little bit of that brick stenciling down at the bottom. Piece of lace, 3 flowers. This is a pink doily in the background, leaf, ephemera. And the last one, this one took me the longest. I don't know, I was just running out of ideas, I guess. I did use some of the fibers in the back underneath the ephemera piece, flower in the corner, and up here I have some of the flat back acrylic pieces, a piece of trim. This also came from one of the cut aparts. It says so many beautiful reasons to be happy. Okay, so that's what I ended up doing. I just thought maybe because it was the first time I had made the flowers, I know that it was helpful for me to look at maybe some videos on how other people have made them. They are much prettier in person. Like I said, my lighting doesn't do it justice. But if you have questions, let me know, and I will try and link the materials from the store in the description box so that you can go and take a look and see if you would be interested. It is kind of a little of an investment, the flowers, but wow, all the different colors you can make and sizes, it'll be used over and over again. So all right, if you have questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. Have a good one.